welcome back to my channel under the Avo tree. I'm so delighted to be flowing with you today. So today's practice is going to be really great if you're feeling like your energy is a bit low, a bit stuck, a bit stagnant. We're going to build some energy, get the blood flowing, do some twists to just get into those areas where the energy might be just sticking and not getting to flow throughout the rest of the body. So particularly as we're coming into spring, it's the 5th of February today. So according to me, that's spring. Some people say it's not till March or Paddy's Day or something. But the days are slowly getting brighter. Things are slowly, well, they're not getting warmer. I'm pretending to myself they're getting warmer. Hoping that each week will be warmer. So we just want, you might find that you want to have a bit more activity. I want to shift that kind of slower energy of the winter and start moving towards more active energy of the spring. So we'll get started standing on our mat. So we'll have our feet hip distance, just maybe taking the shoulders up to the ears and then rolling them down the back. And we'll just close down our eyes as the shoulders settle down. Just taking a few moments here to settle into your practice, maybe setting an intention for the next 30 minutes or so. I'm not sure how long this will be. Just feeling the feet rooting into the mat, feeling the length of the spine, feeling the energy reaching up through the crown of the head as the energy also grounds down through the feet. And setting that intention, if you have one yourself, just staying it in your mind, holding it in your heart space. What I offer to you is just having one of kind of curiosity, of fun, of playfulness. Because maybe if you are feeling a bit heavy, lethargic, like you do want to be active, but also the thoughts of it might be a bit daunting. So just taking it easy, light, giving it a go, and not putting too much pressure on yourself. Just notice now the breath as it moves the body. As you inhale and exhale. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest, or maybe the filling and emptying of the belly. We're just going to take 3 full deep breaths. So we'll just watch the breath one more time for an inhale and an exhale. Then inhaling deeply to fill up the belly. And exhaling, fully emptying it out nice and slowly. Inhaling through the nose, filling up the body, down to the belly. And exhale to fully empty out through the nose. One last time, inhaling nice and deep. And exhale to fully empty out. And now just let the breath return to its natural pace. Noticing once again the inhale and exhale as it effortlessly moves the body. And just sensing into the space around you, becoming aware of any sounds. Feeling the air or your clothes against the skin. The feet pressing down as your crown reaches up. And just gently blinking open the eyes while going back. We're going to inhale, bring the arms wide and overhead, keeping them shoulder distance or a bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Exhaling here. We're going to take some twists. We're going to inhale as we reach up. Exhale, twisting to the right, letting the arms fall down. So left arm comes down in front, right arm comes down behind you, and you're looking to the side. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up as you turn back to face the front. And exhale, twisting to the left, right arm comes in front, left arm comes behind. Inhale, lifting yourself back up facing the front, and exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, bringing the arms up, and exhale to the left. So you're matching your pace with your breath. Inhaling to lift, so you might be going a bit faster or slower than me. Exhale to the right, and that is totally fine. Inhale to lift, looking forward, and exhale, twisting to the left. Just do one more each side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, lifting. And exhale to the left. Last time, inhaling and reaching the arms up, looking up between the hands, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, leading with your chest, folding down, hands reach to the mat. Now the knees are straight here as you reach down through the hands, and if the hands don't reach the mat, that's fine, just reaching the hands towards the ground. We're going to inhale to lift halfway, so the spine is coming parallel to the mat, hands can rest on the shins or the thighs, and we're going to exhale to fold. We're going to inhale, bring the arms wide and overhead, palms touching, so you're back to standing, and exhale the hands back to the heart. We'll do that once again. Inhale, arms wide and overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the chest, folding down, hands reach towards the mat. Inhale to lift halfway, hands on the shins, you're gently tucking in the chin, so you're looking down at the ground. And exhale to fold. Inhale, bring the arms wide and overhead, palms touch as you look up, and exhale the hands back to the heart. Now you just want to get the top of your mat as we continue now. We're going to add onto that doing our sun salutations with a couple of variations. So checking your feet are hip distance apart, swelling the shoulders down the back, drawing in the belly button, gazing forward. Inhale, arms wide and overhead, palms touching, looking up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding down. Inhale, lifting halfway, hands come onto the shins. And exhale to fold. We'll inhale to step back with your left leg as far as you can. Left knee comes onto the mat, lifting fingertips up as you exhale. I'm going to take another inhale here. Then exhale, you're going to bend the elbows so they come in line with the shoulders. You have a 90-degree bend at the elbows. So goddess arms here. You're looking forward. Then you're going to start to lift the chest up, looking up to the ceiling, so you already feel a steepening into the front of that left leg. Coming into a mini back bend. Trying to draw back the elbows, lifting the chest. We'll do one more inhale, one more exhale. We'll inhale, reach the hands back up, straightening the spine. Exhale, hands down to the mat to frame the foot and stepping back to your downward facing dog. So it's our first downward facing dog. You might like to pedal out the legs a little bit here. We'll do one inhale, one exhale. Then we'll inhale to shift forward, bringing the shoulders over the wrists, lowering the hips in line with the shoulders. And then exhale, lower knees, belly, chest, coming onto the mat. Tops of the feet press into the ground and inhale to lift the chest into cobra, elbows stay close to the body. And exhale, push the hands into the mat, sending the hips back and up to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here, taking an exhale. We're going to inhale, look forward, step the left foot forward between the hands, lower the right knee down, and exhale, lifting the arms up to the ceiling. We're going to do this again. We're going to inhale, reaching up, and exhale, bending the elbows in line with the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the chest to the ceiling, the gaze comes up, drawing the elbows back, breathing here. We'll do one more inhale. One more exhale. We'll inhale to lift the arms up. Exhale the hands down to frame the foot and stepping forward to your forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, hands on the shins. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, bring the arms wide, taking them overhead, palms touching. And exhale, the hands back to the heart. Go straight into our next round. Inhale, the arms wide and overhead. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding down. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, step back with the right leg this time as far as you can, lowering the knee down. Exhale, taking the hands up to the ceiling. So we're going to hold here in our low lunge. Top of the back foot pressing into the mat. Squeezing the legs towards the center line. Feeling that stretch in the front of the right hip. Shoulders are stacked over hips. One more inhale. We're going to exhale, take the right hand down onto the mat and lifting the left hand up to the ceiling. So we're twisting through the spine here. We're squeezing the left knee towards the chest. So you're not letting it fall out to the side, squeezing it into the chest. You can take your gaze up to the top hand if you like. Feeling into the body, maybe feeling where is getting stretched, where is getting twisted, where is getting strengthened. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down and stepping back to your downward facing dog. You can bend the knees a little bit and then send the hips up to the ceiling, reaching the heels back to the mat. Inhaling here. Exhaling. We'll inhale to shift forward into plank, so shoulders over wrists, reaching back through the heels. And exhale, lower knees, belly, chest, coming all the way onto the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest, looking forward. And exhale, sending the hips back and then up to the ceiling, downward facing dog. One inhale. One exhale. Inhale, look forward, step the right foot forward between the hands, lower the left knee down. Exhale, lifting the fingertips up to the ceiling. So once again, squeezing the legs towards that center line of the mat. Pressing the top of the back foot in, the front foot, the sole of the foot pressing into the ground, really strengthening your base. You're going to relax the shoulders, so you're reaching up through the fingers, but you're not hunching the shoulders up to the ears, so relaxing the shoulders down. We'll do one more inhale. Exhale, left hand this time comes onto the mat, right hand reaches up, and you're leaning back through that right shoulder, opening the chest up, taking the gaze up to the top hand. Pressing that left hand into the mat so you can lift through the torso. Squeezing that right knee towards the body. We'll do one more inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down and we'll step forward to our forward fold. Hands reach to the ground. Inhale, lifting halfway, hands on the shins. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, bring the arms wide, taking them overhead, palms to touch as you look up. And exhaling the hands back to the heart. We're just going to relax the hands down by the side now. We're just going to take a moment, closing down the eyes. Just noticing the body, how it's feeling. Have you felt the heart rate increase? Maybe the body's starting to warm up. Maybe the breath is starting to quicken. Noticing your energy levels. If you're still feeling a bit sluggish, stagnant, or if things are starting to shift, just noticing what it feels like, what is going on. Just hold here, watching the breath. And gently blinking open the eyes. You're going to take the big toes to touch. So we're standing nice and tall once again. We're going to take a nice big inhale into the belly. I'm going to exhale, empty it all out. We're going to inhale to bend the knees, lower the bum behind you, lift the fingers forward and up so the arms frame the ears for the head. And you're coming into your chair pose, so tucking the tailbone in, drawing in the belly button. Seeing can you lower the hips a little bit further. If you're going to perch your bum on a chair behind you. And we're going to take the hands to prayer in front of the chest. And we're going to take the left elbow over to the right knee. So you can have it resting on the knee or bring it to the outside of the right knee. And you're twisting to the right now, palms pressing into each other, opening the chest to the right. And just checking down the knees, like the left knee likes to extend itself forward here, so just drawing the left knee back so it's in line with the right. So can you lower the hips? One more inhale. Exhale, come back to forward to face the front, still in your chair. We'll do an inhale. And exhale, right elbow over to the left knee, twisting to the left. Palms pressing into each other, lifting the chest to the side. Seeing once again, can you send the hips down towards the mat? We'll do one more inhale. Exhale, come back to face the front. Inhaling here, we're almost done. Exhale, folding down. pedaling out the legs here. Feeling that energy build in the thighs. We'll inhale to lift halfway, hands on shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into the feet as you bring yourself up to standing palms touch overhead. And exhale the hands back to the heart. Release the hands down. So from the top of your mat, you're going to step back with the left leg as far as you can. So the right toes are pointing straight ahead. Your back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. And your torso is open to that long edge of the mat. Let me just straighten up my mat. I swear it's the carpet. It just like loves to move around. I don't think it happens on like wood or tiles. So anyway, we're open to the long edge of the mat. Your arms are reaching up in line with the shoulders. You're keeping that front leg straight, and you're going to turn the front palm to face the ceiling. You're going to inhale to reach that front arm forward, so you're leaning forward as well through the torso. And then exhale, lower that front hand down to meet the leg, and lifting the left hand up to the ceiling. The back of the right hand can rest on the inside of the leg, so maybe it's just below the knee, maybe it's towards the calf, maybe it's coming down with the fingertips on the mat, so wherever you are. And you're trying to lean back through the left shoulder. Feel like the left rib cage, you're kind of rotating it up to the ceiling. And you can take your gaze up to the top hand or down to the mat, just whichever is more comfortable in the neck. Breathing here. Feeling that back foot ground into the mat. One more inhale. We'll exhale, press into both feet to lift yourself back up. We're going to step the back foot in a little bit. We're going to turn to face the top of our mat. So you have a bit of a shorter distance between the feet, and your back foot now is at a 45-degree angle. So it's just pointing just beyond the top left corner of your mat. Now holding onto your hips, just squaring them to the top of the mat. And you can keep your hands here, or if you like, you can take them to hold opposite elbow behind the back. Or if you can't reach the elbows, onto the forearms. So here we're going to inhale, lift up the chest, look to the ceiling. And then exhale, leading with the chest, you're coming forward, coming to halfway so that the spine is parallel to the mat. We're going to take another inhale here, reaching the spine long. And then exhale, lowering the chest down. So you're drawing the chin, the nose towards the knee. You're sending the right hip back into its socket and trying to pull forward the left hip, keeping those hips square. Breathing here in pyramid or intense side stretch pose. And if your hands are on the hips, you can lower them down to the mat. If they reach, or rest them onto the shin. If you're holding opposite elbow, just keeping that hold. Do 2 more breaths here. 1 more inhale. And we'll exhale to lift ourselves back up. You can release the arms. You're going to take the right hand onto the right hip and lift the left hand up to the ceiling. So we're going to inhale to reach up here. And exhale, reaching forward with the left hand. The torso follows till the spine is parallel to the mat. We're going to inhale here again. Then exhale, you're going to start to turn the torso to face the right, and then the back of the left hand is coming to the outside of the right leg. That's better if I turn it this way so you can see what's happening. So you're turning the torso to the right, the left hand comes onto the outside of the right leg, so you're twisting through the spine here. And you can stay here if you want. You can lift that right hand up to the ceiling, coming into a revolved triangle pose. So you might feel a bit wobbly. It's definitely a challenge on the balance here. So trying to ground that back heel into the mat, pressing the front toes, the front heel into the mat. Trying to send that right hip back, the left hip forward, letting yourself open up through the chest, twisting to the side. 1 more inhale. Exhale, releasing the arms down and lifting yourself back up, stepping back up to the top of your mat. You might feel that in the right glute. I certainly did. So maybe if you want to give the hips, the knees a little wobble out before you go to the opposite side. So this time we're stepping back with the right leg as far as you can. I'm just going to turn around. So the right foot back this time, parallel to the back edge of the mat. Left toes are pointing dead ahead, and you're opening the torso to the long edge of the mat. So your hips and shoulders are stacked. Your shoulders are hipped. Oh, I always get this muddled. Your shoulders are stacked over the hips. You're going to lift the hands up so they're in line with the shoulders, gazing over to the left hand. You're going to turn the left palm to face the ceiling. Inhale, reaching the left hand forward, torso follows. And then exhale, lowering the left hand down. So wherever it reaches, the inside of the knee, the calf, down to the mat or the ankle. And the right hand lifts up. Again, you're trying to lean back through the right shoulder. Imagine that right rib cage is twisting up to the ceiling. Breathing here in triangle pose. Feeling where the body is working, feeling the inner groin, the thigh, feeling the right side of the body, the back leg rounding, rooting. One more inhale. Exhale, pressing into the feet to lift yourself up. Then we're going to turn the back foot in and stepping it in a little bit. So again, 45-degree angle with the back foot, just pointing beyond the right corner of the mat. You're squaring the hips to the top, so pulling that left hip back, sending the right hip forward. And if you had the hands on hips last time, do the same again. If you had the hands reaching back to opposite elbow, just swapping around the grip. So you're having the arms like the awkward feeling way. We're going to inhale, lift the chest, looking up to the ceiling. And exhale, lead with the chest as you fold forward, coming halfway. Just gently tucking in the chin, so you're looking down to the big toe. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, leading with the chest once again down towards the leg. Taking the gaze now to the knee. Imagining you're going to give the knee a little kiss to try to get as close as you can. And again, if your hands are on the hips, you can let them fall down to the mat or take them onto that front shin. We'll do one more inhale. Exhale, lifting ourselves all the way up. Can release the arms. You're going to take the left hand onto the hip this time. Reach the right hand up. Inhale as you grow through the crown of the head, reaching through the hand. And exhale, reaching the hand forward, torso following. Sending that left hip back into its socket. Trying to draw the right hip forward. Inhaling here. And exhale, we start to turn to the left. And then the left hand comes to the outside of the right hand comes to the outside of the left leg. So the back of the hand pressing onto the outside of that left leg. Turning the torso to the left. And maybe lifting up the left hand, but it's also great keeping it on the hip, just pulling back that left shoulder, opening up the chest. So breathing here in revolve triangle. One more inhale. One more exhale. We're going to do another breath because I feel like we were longer on the other side. So one more inhale. One more exhale. Then you can release, come back up. Step back up to the top of your mat. Maybe you're a bit wobbly like me. Pedaling out the legs, maybe shaking out the hips. And then we're just going to take the feet to hip distance. Inhale, arms widen overhead, palms to touch, reaching up. Exhale, lead with the chest, fold down. Again, you can pedal out the legs here. And take hold of opposite elbow, sway side to side. Just feeling the body. Maybe there's a bit more space. Maybe you can feel where it has been stretched, where it has been twisted and released. Maybe feeling the energy, the heartbeat, the breath moving through the body. We'll come back to center, let the hands come onto the mat. So you might need to bend the knees nice and deep so you can bring the hands onto the ground. You can walk or step the feet back, coming to our downward facing dog. So just bending the knees here, lifting the hips up to the ceiling or reaching them up, or reaching the heels back down now to straighten the legs. Feel like you're shifting the shoulders back towards the knees, the thighs. Really pressing the hands down into the mat. We're breathing here. Slowing down the inhale. Slowing down the exhale. We're going to shift forward into our plank, so shoulders come over the wrists, reaching back through the heels. Hips and shoulders are in line, so we're not sagging the hips down, we're not sticking the bum up. Drawing in the core, one more inhale. Exhale, lowering knees, belly, chest, coming all the way down. So you're going to take the hands wider than the mat and come onto your fingertips. Then press the tops of the feet, the hips into the ground. We're going to inhale to lift the chest into cobra, keeping the hips low on the ground. Not low on the ground, just on the ground. And lowering back down. This time as we inhale, we're going to snake side to side as we come up through our cobra, maybe taking the gaze side to side as you move, and then snaking yourself back down onto the mat. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, snaking yourself up, letting the head follow as the shoulders move, the elbows move, and lowering yourself all the way back down. You can take the hands just inside the mat now on either side of the chest. You can press yourself back to child's pose, and you can take a wide-legged child's pose if you like. So knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching, send the hips back to the heels, hands reaching out in front, forward, resting onto the mat. Breathing here, feeling the space that's been created, or maybe feeling the stiffness that you've had over the last couple of weeks or months. Maybe feeling that in a new way in the body. It might still be there, but you might be more aware of it, or maybe you might be feeling that it's starting to ease. One more inhale here. One more exhale. Start to walk the hands back towards the body. You can just send the hips over to one side, let the feet come out from under you and bring the feet forward. So we're coming into staff pose, our basic seating pose. Hands come either side of the hips, trying to sit up nice and tall through the shoulders. If you find it's very uncomfortable, or you feel like you're kind of rolling back or hunching forward, you can grab a cushion, sit up on the cushion, or if you have yoga block as well, that's great to sit up on. Just helps you get into the right alignment of your hips so that you can sit comfortably and do the seated forward folds. So wherever you are, whether you're on a block or a cushion or just on the ground, you're taking the hands either side of the hips. The toes are pointing back to the face. Trying to engage the legs, trying to draw in the core. Rolling the shoulders down the back. Reaching through the crown of the head. We'll breathe here in staff pose. So this is active. Like it might just look like I'm sitting here, but my core is on fire. Well, it's not on fire, but it's engaged, like it's drawn in. The thighs are engaged. Your toes are pointing to your face as the heels are reaching forward. The arms are gently engaged as you press into the mat. We'll do one more inhale. One more exhale. You can relax that. We're going to take the left leg in towards the chest, squeezing it in as close as you can, keeping the spine nice and tall. So sometimes you might feel like when you squeeze in the leg, you start to roll back through your back. So if that happens, just step the foot forward a bit so that you can stay nice and tall through the back. Now you can keep the foot here or step it over the right leg. Left hand's coming behind you on the mat, just at the base of the spine. Right arm wraps around that left leg. Looking forward, we're inhaling to grow nice and tall. Exhale, twisting to the left. So you can keep the gaze to the side. Breathing here. Each inhale growing length through the spine. Each exhale twisting a little bit deeper. And after a few breaths, you might find you can take the gaze towards the back of the mat. Maybe you want to take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. One more inhale. Exhale, releasing the twist. Looking back to the front, releasing the left leg. Bringing in the right knee now. So whatever you did on the last side, doing the same here. So either the foot is staying where it is or it's stepping over the left leg. We take the right hand behind us. Left hand wraps around that front leg, the bent leg. Inhale, growing nice and tall. Exhale, twisting to the right. Again, each inhale grows length through the spine, through the crown of the head. And each exhale, trying to to twist a little bit deeper. So twisting through the belly, then the rib cage, then the shoulders. And again, if you took the elbow onto the outside of the knee last time, doing that again. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, face back to the front, releasing the leg, maybe giving the knees a little bounce, and then we're going to bend them in. Coming with the knees bent, hands behind the thighs, we're just going to shift the weight onto the tailbone, the toes float off the mat, so you can hover here, or you can lift the toes up so the shins are parallel to the mat. Holding onto the back of the thighs, keeping the chest nice and proud, looking forward. If you want, you can take the hands or reaching them out, squeezing the knees, the thighs together. We're going to do 2 more breaths here, nice and slowly. Inhaling, exhaling. One more, inhaling. And then exhale to lower the feet to the mat. You can shift yourself towards the top of the mat, the toes towards the top of the mat if they aren't already, and just take your spine slowly onto the mat. And the shoulders reach down, take the knees in towards the chest, and try to keep the tailbone on the mat here. So we don't want to be lifting up the bum off the mat. We want the lower back to be on the ground as we rock side to side, releasing it out. The shoulders relaxed on the mat. And we're going to take the feet onto the mat, arms come alongside the body, pressing the feet, the hands, the shoulders all into the mat, and just checking that the feet are towards your bum. They're not kind of down towards the bottom of the mat. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, coming into bridge pose. We'll exhale to lower the hips back down. Inhale, lifting the hips up, feet, shoulders, hands pressing into the ground. Kind of draw the chest towards the chin. And exhale, slowly taking the spine back onto the mat. Last time, and we're going to do it this time holding after we lift. So inhaling, lifting up. And exhale, holding the pose. You can stay here, or if you like, you can roll the shoulders under, interlace the fingers underneath the back. Really feel like you're lifting up through the hips, through the thigh bones, getting those thighs parallel to the ceiling. Draw the chest towards the face. Breathing here. One more inhale. Exhale, releasing the shoulders, releasing the hands, and slowly, slowly taking the spine onto the mat. We're just going to shift the hips an inch over to the left, dropping the knees over to the right, walking the heels away from the bum, so you have a 90-degree bend in the knee joint. You can take the arms out long, in line with the hands in line with the shoulders, or bending the elbows, pointing the fingertips back. Our final twist, our reclined twist. The shoulders are both meeting the ground. Just allowing the body to sink down here, releasing into the twist. You can take the gaze the opposite direction of the knees if you like. If the discomfort in the neck, you can just keep the gaze up to the ceiling. One more inhale. Exhale, take the knees to center. We'll shift the hips an inch over to the right, dropping the knees all the way to the left. Gaze in the opposite direction of the knees or up to the ceiling. Once again, just letting yourself release into this twist. Letting it be soft and easy. We'll do one more inhale. Exhale, knees come back to the center. And then we're going to come into our final pose, corpse pose, the most important pose of all. So if you want, if you need any extra layers, if it's a bit chilly, just popping on some socks, jumper, maybe grabbing a blanket, and then extending the legs whenever you're ready so that they're long on the mat. Turn the palms to face up to the ceiling. Arms a little bit away from the body. And if you don't find this comfortable, you can take the hands onto the belly. And just rest here for a few moments. Feeling the energy in the body. Maybe you can notice there's a bit of a buzz going through the body. Maybe you can just notice that things feel a little more energized, or maybe something's a bit shifted. Or maybe you don't notice anything. You're like, what is she talking about? So just noticing that too. Just noticing, okay, this just feels the same or the normal, or I'm not noticing anything. Just becoming aware of what it is that you notice. And then releasing the attention so that you can just let the body sink, be heavy, let the ground hold the body. Closing in the eyes if you haven't already. Just letting your body rest here. Gently starting to take the attention back into the body, into the space around you, listening to any sounds, feeling the air or the clothes against your skin, feeling your body pressing against the ground. Gently start to wiggle the fingers and toes, maybe circling the wrists and ankles, maybe bending the knees, just making some bigger movements. If you like, reaching the hands overhead, taking a great big inhale as you stretch from fingers to toes. And exhale, slide out the mouth, releasing it. Taking the knees into the chest, rolling over to your right side. You can make a little pillow with the hands, just taking a moment here. And then pressing the hands into the mat, bringing yourself back up to seated. So any way that's comfortable, cross-legged or kneeling. Just trying to keep the eyes closed down. Resting the hands onto the thighs, palms facing up to the ceiling, ready to receive any energy that is needed for you. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Noticing the breath moving in the chest or the belly or the rib cage, wherever you can sense it. Sense that movement of rise and fall. And we'll take our hands to prayer in front of the chest, thanking yourself for pressing play on this video, for showing up for yourself, for knowing that you were feeling a little stagnant and that this was something that you knew you could do to help shift that energy. Knowing it was something that you and your body both need. Bring your head down to your heart. Bring your head and heart to your body. And bowing to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed today's flow. I hope if you were feeling any kind of stuckness or lethargy or stagnation, that this practice helped start to get that shifted. Maybe it doesn't feel totally shifted, but you feel like things are starting to free up. Maybe your energy is able to flow a little bit easier throughout the body as we go into spring. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give this video a like. Be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when the next video is up. And I will see you back here next week. Bye.